If you're a heat and air machine technician or even a salesperson, what's one way that you can get through an aggressive buyer saying just get to the price? And why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Silverman-Bell, coming to you live from Sacramento, California. A perfect day to talk about sales and business and a fantastic day to talk about you. All right, so here's what's going to happen. You are going to show up for a sales presentation in whatever way that you do it, okay? You're going to go to the office. You're going to knock on the door. Hey, it's Scott. And the person comes in and says, great, nice to meet you. I've got like 7 minutes. Just get to the point. What's the price? You have to be prepared for this. And you have to know that at some point, someone's going to pull this thing on you and saying, I'm going to put a ton of pressure on you, but you don't know how to quite deal with this. And it's a power play, right? It's usually a dude. Occasionally it's a woman, but this is typically a dude, probably in his 50s or 60s. I've met with dudes in their 40s that have pulled this shenanigans on me just to get to the point, right? I'm like, okay, game on. You're going to have the cojones to say that you want my time, and then you're going to have the cojones to pull some line and say, get to the point. I'm like, all right, well, game, recognized game. We're going to play the same game, right? And this is a question you can ask, and you can change the variant, right? I'm more of a fan, like if this was coffee, this is black coffee, right? There's no sugar in it. There's no cream. It's like, this just came out of the pot and it's hot, right? Hey, I just need a price. Great. Are you ready to buy? Like, no. Well, then, no, we got some questions and some conversations to have, right? Like if you're going to come at me with hot coffee, I'm coming at you with hot coffee. If you're coming to me saying, hey, I need you to have all this stuff, like that's fantastic. I can do that. I can meet you where you're at. Are you ready to buy right now? No. Well, what's your budget? Like, if you're going to come to me and you're going to, whoosh, I'm going to come to you and go, bah. It's just the way the thing works. It is, I am going to match you where you're coming at me, and we're going to have a conversation. Now, here's the thing. You want to be better at sales? You want to be good at what you do? You should absolutely join my email publication. Right here. Type that into a browser. Drop in your name, your email address, maybe your phone number. I'll give you the goods. Not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel. Right? It's an email publication. You'll love it. The reason I'm bringing this up is, when somebody comes to you and they're like, hey, I'm going to show you, you sales dude, where this is at. Like, I'm like, okay, you could do that, but just recognize that I'm a couple cheeseburgers ahead of this in life, and anything that you've done in this meeting, I've probably seen in the last month 4 or 5 times, right? This is like the feeling that you got to have is like, okay, if you really got to know, this is probably the 3rd time this month somebody's pulled this on me. If you really got to know, like I get just bored with it. Like, yeah, great, completely understand. Right? Have you're ready to make a decision right now? No. Okay, well we got work to do. Like, let's roll up our sleeves. Let's get together. No, I just want a price. Hey, kind of concerned. Got some concerns. Got some worries. When people pull this on me, it's never ever a good sign, right? What makes you a good buyer? What makes you a good client? What is going to allow for me to take this to my team and say, I brought this person on board? What's going to allow for me to say, hey, this is a fantastic thing to do? Now you, right, simmer down now. Simmer, like you may not say it the way that I do. You may have to go, whoa, Scott went to Crazy Town. Crazy Town's way up here. I don't live in Crazy Town. I need to pull back a little bit. That's cool. You could do that. You don't have to say it the way that I said it. You don't have to do it the way that I do it. But recognize that when somebody comes to you and they're like, psh, you're going to give me a number. Like, well, you know what? Here's the thing. The number is the one thing that you want. So we're going to slow this down a bit. I got to find out if you're a good client. I got to find out what you really need. And it freaks me out when somebody does this because hardly ever are they a good client. What makes you a good client? This is me. Once again, you can simmer down now, right? You can simmer down now, and you can figure out how you're going to say it, how you're going to do it. But you absolutely have to be prepared for what I'm going to refer to as hot coffee, right? I'm going to match hot coffee with hot coffee. And like, you may be like, Scott, that's ridiculous. I would get in trouble. Scott, that's ridiculous. I would never do it. Back it off. Pull back a bit. Have some fun. But recognize you're going to get this in the next 30 days. You might as well have something prepared for it. And you might as well have the cojones to meet game where it's at and say, we don't do that. Right? Time out, dude. It's because remember, it's 99% of dude. Time out, dude. We don't do that game. Right? I'm scared. I'm freaked out. This never ends well. right? Your type of buyer who wants this information hardly ever does business. You're going to want me to jump through a bunch of hoops and go fetch a rock. I don't do that. We don't do that. Our best buyer, our best client listens to what we have to say, asks a lot of questions, answers my questions. And if that's not you, we probably shouldn't meet. Now, once again, my coffee's a little bit darker than yours, right? You may need to put some cream or sugar in there to lighten it up and not be so espressoed out or caffeined out. And if you're like, Scott, this is fantastic, I love it, practice it a few times. You absolutely, like, if I get like a message, you told my guys this, like, no, they didn't watch the whole video. They didn't watch the whole training. They treated the training like shipping parts. And you need to know that's a problem. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here, just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.